Dc70, the keepers of intuition and wisdom. Soul-touching and life-enhancing stories. The keepers of intuition and wisdom. The law monks lived in monasteries on the Hopoken planet, which was the fastest moving planet in the Quadron solar system, and these monks were the keepers of intuition and wisdom. Their monasteries had the largest libraries in the universe, and since the beginning of time, they had been the ones that had been studying and documenting all the information regarding intuition and wisdom. Those monks in charge with documenting were called the scripts, and sat day and night behind their desk, busy writing. The monks in the kitchen were called the preps, and those working on the land and the incredible rich gardens, the agricults. And there were many others, and those in charge to assist the inhabitants of the solar system with their intuition and wisdom were called the law monks. The law monks sat in deep meditation together in various monasteries in the mystic management rooms. And likewise their planet, they were the fastest traveling individuals of the solar systems, as their bodies transformed into shooting stars when they had to leave and assist. Every billionth of a second you could see them sitting in meditation and then changing into a shooting star and on the way to be of help to an individual that was in danger in breaking the law. They knew in detail the written, spoken, but also the unspoken laws, regulations and agreements of everything and everybody living in their solar system. And they were there to remind everyone about them. When individuals were almost breaking a traffic law, they would be whispering in your ear what was to happen and all the consequences connected to breaking that law and preventing you from all sorts of trouble. When individuals were almost breaking the law of nature by planting too early or too late the seeds, or were in process of manipulating nature, they would be whispering in the ears of those in charge in order to protect the crops and secure the vitality of produce. When someone would almost eat something that wouldn't agree with the natural balance of the body systems, the voice of one of the monks would whisper in the ear of that individual and explaining all the possible effects and causing damages in the near or far future. When individuals almost committed a crime, their voices would whisper all that would come forth of committing that crime, affecting not just that individual, but everybody around as well. When individuals were not correct in their behavior and communication, they would hear the correct way being whispered in their ears. And so was it also with children before they would come up with a negative attitude or other ways of rebelling. The law monks reminded everybody about their rights to follow the law, regulations, guidelines, written, spoken and unspoken, to prevent an endless chain of negative reactions coming forth from incorrect actions. Unfortunately, not many listened to the whispering messages of the law monks that actually were just a reminder and confirmation of their intuition and wisdom hidden inside of them, but rather went against the law, against the regulations and agreements written, spoken and unspoken. It was because of this behavior that man-made laws, contracts and agreements had to be created, and that without them individuals couldn't live with each other, even though many laws and agreements were broken and creating disharmony. At one point in time, the monks had a meeting to discuss how they could better assist individuals as they saw little or no result of all their effort assisting them. After several gatherings, the scripts had been given the task to write a base manual that would encompass most laws, regulations, and agreements, written, spoken, and unspoken, in the shortest version possible. This to guide individuals from an early age. The law monks were to bring the manual to all the inhabitants of all planets of the solar system that were open to receive one. The base manual. Household management. The base of any household is to participate in all household chores. Everybody has an equal part to play. You either manage your own household or have to pay others to take care of it. And the more help you get, the less the house belongs to you. Room management. Your room is the mirror of your body and state of mind. Self-care management. Don't expect others to take care about you when you don't take care about yourself. The less you care about your body health and state of mind, the more dependent you are, as others will have to take care of you. Purchasing and maintenance management. The more you have, the more obligations you have. Simplicity is the key. Read the instructions and manual from everything you obtain and care to maintain. Planet care management. The planet is a big home which you share with many other creatures and is your momentary home. All are gifts, and it is your task to care about all of them. You came without anything and will depart without anything. Nutrition management. What you eat is the fuel and well-being for your body and state of mind. Make proper investigation and choose wisely. Every part, system, organ, and cell is part of your body cell family. Mind management. Every thought has not just one reaction, but a chain reaction. So be careful what you think and want, for you will have to live in the reality you create yourself. Emotional management. Leave every emotion as an experience on its own, and do not connect it to a thought, face, or place, for you create a web you cannot get out of anymore. Social behavior management. You are a living business card, and you attract what you have become. Jurisdiction management. Be aware of the law, for when you do not, the law will take care of you. Communication management. Be gentle in your way of communicating, for words can injure. Before you let any word go out from your mouth, think if what you're going to say is true, necessary, and kind. Relationship management. Treat another as you want to be treated, and never forget that what you see in the other is in you. All is created with opposites, and one cannot exist without the other. Family management. There are many unwritten and spoken rules that need to be respected to ensure family harmony. Children are to follow these rules and can make their own when they have their own home and family. Child development management. Learn from your children, who are full of zest and inspiration, and who have saint-like qualities. Learn to play again, be an inspiration, and learn to play your roles well, like good actors do. Education management. The simple chores of life, taking care of yourself and the things around you, and the inherited skills of your parents, is the base of your education, and other forms of education can follow after that. Profession management. Your professional skills and work time are to pay for your livelihood, but shouldn't be at the cost of your well-being and family. Leisure time management. There is a time for everything when you learn to manage time well. Spiritual time management. Do your spiritual work with any chance you get. Tomorrow may not be there. Life management. Look at life with different eyes and claim the two powers that are in your reach at all times. Accept and adapt. Life is an adventure into the void and full of different experiences. Nature and universal management. You may escape man-made laws, but nature and universal laws are indisputable. You are on a momentary adventure in which everything changes all the time, an adventure created with opposites, and in which everything is bound to time. There were many discussions about the content of the manual, but finally this manual was created, and the law monks were in charge to distribute them. They spoke about the fact that they always could change the manual again, and the law monks were happy to have another way to assist individuals, but knew that this was not enough. For the ego of each individual was always putting itself on the throne and finding an excuse to go against the laws, regulations and agreements, written, spoken and unspoken. Unfortunately, the monks couldn't take the suffering away from individuals who disobeyed, because those individuals had to go through the experience of trouble, pain and suffering, and mostly still not wanting to understand and listen. The law monks, however, never gave up doing what they needed to do. They distributed a base manual to those open to receive it, and kept on whispering their messages in the ears of individuals before they would break a law. They were the servants of intuition and wisdom and did their job with love without any expectation. And here and there an individual became completely in tune with his or her intuition and wisdom. After that individual passed on, he or she received an invitation to join the keepers of intuition and wisdom in one of the monasteries on the Hopokan planet, and to be of service in the Quadron solar system. What the story could bring us. For every action there is not just one reaction but a chain reaction. At times we can get away by breaking man-made laws, but we never can get away by breaking the indisputable laws of nature and universe. When we go inside ourselves, we all know what is right and not. But executing this intuition and wisdom is another thing. We are the creators of our own reality.